Hi, Collective. So this is going to be my third reading for the day. I don't know how long it's going to go because whenever my children come back, I've got to go. But I've been sitting here thinking about the energies of revelations, right? I just did 2 readings. The last one is definitely for somebody that has a choice of lovers at this time. Right? And I've been thinking a lot about how, healing through trauma and pain. How you know that you're a reflection of that. So twin flame journey, not soulmate, karmic. I've been getting a lot about karmic lovers, twin flame lovers, and a soulless lover. It's the first time I'd ever seen that before. The description of a soulless lover is a lover that comes in to cause heartbreak and pain. Almost like the catalyst, right? Some would say like the false twin soulmate. But it's like somebody so broken that triggers you into loving yourself and propels you to find twin flame soulmate. So but it was interesting because because your twin flame can be karmic. Because sometimes that's what you need. It's like if you're so much in your shadow side, then nothing is going to take you out of that other than your twin. You're going to have somebody trigger your shadow so much at you that it gets to you. Like 144 on the clock is saying that. Like here's a for instance, like my lover, he was so broken that he goes from like 0 to 100. Doesn't have that calm down patience, just extreme, flies off the handle, will scream and yell, break stuff, right? So it scares most people. Even his own mother, his own family couldn't stand up to him because they were afraid of getting hurt, right, due to his actions. I stood up to him and got in his face, telling him he is not going to scream and yell in my face, in his mother's face. He's not going to break anything. He's not going to do anything. And even though at first, like the first time I ever did it, like I was shaking. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was feeling a little bit like, oh my gosh, like what if he just hits me in my face? But I even said, I'm the only one that can stand up to you in your face because you love me so much that you're not going to hurt me. But I'm calling you out on your stuff right now. You're going to go calm down. You're going to go breathe. You're going to go release your anger. You're going to go for a walk and you're going to come back. So I've calmed him down so much that now he doesn't have those. He walks away. He breathes. He calms down. He doesn't throw things, break things, have a fit. He's learned how to calm down that rage. Nobody else could ever do that. Nobody else has ever been able to get in his face. Because, see, it's like he knew that. Like, you would think, why couldn't a mother do that? Because they know that a mother or a father is not going to fully just walk away and leave him. But I put it out there. As I said, you keep screaming and yelling in my face and disrespecting me as a woman, I'm going to walk away. I will leave you. So when he heard that, like, you're going to leave me over a fit. Yes. So it was because I could use that love as like, you need to realize, like, we have children. I'm not going to. You got away with it because your mother was too frightened to stand up to you in your face. That you don't realize that now, even though this is like a tantrum, but it's in your adult life. I'm not going to teach my children that behavior is okay. My boys are not going to grow up thinking that they can scream and yell and degrade a woman because they're a man and they're going to have authority over a woman, right? But it was like he didn't know any better because I guess he must have grown up seeing that a male figure could yell and scream and shut a feminine, his mother, down. But see what I mean? Not everybody, goes through the same amount of trauma and things like that. That's why your twin, like, they know you too. And I know that I've had to be there too. I know that I went through that phase too. I had so much pain and anger and trauma that I used to throw things, and have my fits and stuff too. And I lost relationships over, you know, how I was and stuff like that, where, you know, that's why you have your karmic relationships and things like that first. Like, they're meant to teach you. Like, sometimes when you lose people, then you look at how you acted and how you treated them, right? Why you lost them, why it didn't work out. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. But see, it's that twin that will have that unconditional love for you. So it's like there's so much love that it's worth fighting for. There's so much love that it's worth, you know what I mean? Standing up, and then you see a mirror reflection, right? It was little things like, I remember, like, I had so much love, right? It was like I got so jealous and possessive, right? And like, he used to always like get himself looking all nice for work, and especially when he got like an office, and then he started wearing dress shirts and stuff like that, and I was just like, nah. Then he started to care about his appearance more, right? Putting on his cologne and his lotions, and I was like, bitch does all this for work, but he don't do this for me ever, right? So then I was getting insecure, like, who are you looking all good for, going to work for? You know, it was triggering my insecurities, right? And then I realized, like, it's kind of like the same thing, right? Like, I'm always doing my makeup and putting lotions on and doing my hair and stuff before I get on and do my readings. But it's like, I know that I'm not doing that to get, you know what I mean, to flirt, whatever. I mean, yeah, I'm doing my stuff online, but even like going out into that, like, I light work everywhere I go. It's not just what I do here on my platform and channel, like, every day, you know, like, he gets aggravated sometimes because I get caught up talking to everybody, whether it's just another shopper, a cashier, someone I'm walking by in the streets, whatever. Like, I have a very magnetic personality, and it's my energy too as a healer that I will talk to anyone, right? So he knows, like, I always got to do my makeup and get all, and it's not to impress anybody, it's just for me to feel comfortable. Like, I always do my makeup with whatever, like, energy I'm feeling for that day. That's me embodying the energy that I feel, right? My personality, and I feel very expressive of it. And I feel that whatever I'm feeling, because I know that I'm magnetic energy, that I'm going to be flowing that to other people. So it has to do with the energy work, right? But it's never about like, oh, I've got to look a certain, because really, I would rather somebody find me for my mind, my personality, over my looks. Because to me, I'm like, I'd be catfishing you if you didn't know anything about me, because I'm just like, I'm star-seeded, baby. I'm an alien. Like, I'm not. So yeah, you see, to me, I'm a big catfish because you see my physical form. You would think I'm just like every other girl, but I'm not. I'm star-seeded. I'm actually a hybrid of a star-seed, an angel, a fairy, unicorn, all sorts of stuff. So you need to know I'm very magical, right? I'm very, you know, I'm very interesting. I'm very fun. I don't like schedules. I don't like times. So I can be very, it can be very hard for me to be with somebody that's grounded, because I don't like to go by time. I don't like to go by society and structures and norms. I'm not like, oh, we need to get home, it's dinner time. Like, that's not me. I mean, sometimes we have dinner time at, like, I'm not going to say everything, crazy hours. Let's just say that. But they learn, but it's like, I'll always make it fun. Like, okay, well, we're going to have a snack right now, and we're going to have dinner later. And sometimes people are like, dude, it's like after dinner time and you're doing a snack right now? Yeah, because we're doing dinner later, you know. Because, you know, we're having fun right now. We're doing it. You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. Like, wow, I'm getting really wild in this one. Okay. So, I forgot where I was even going. Oh, but that's what I mean. Like, so when you find somebody that understands you, or can put up, like, your twin can put up with you, can handle you, like when I get into my little things, right? Oh, I was going with the mirrored reality and the mirrored thing, but then you have those opposites too, right? Like, they make up for what you don't, right? So it's like, he's very structured. He likes schedule and order and things like that. So sometimes he'll call me out on his stuff. Like, okay, I get we're having fun and we're adventuring, but let's get home by 10 o'clock so we can do dinner, right? You know, things like that. You know, like, we need to, you know, like, he tried. So it's cute because he'll put up with, right? And he'll get me to see, like, okay, I do need to have more, like, he'll let me know, like, it's a school night, you know, children need to go to bed, things like that. So, all right, you know what I mean? So, like, he brings me down or whatever, back down to earth. So anyway, yeah, so that's what I was getting at. Like, when I was starting to realize, like, yeah, I do my makeup and stuff like that for me, but it's like, look at what I'm getting mad at, though. The same thing. Because he's in a job where he can care about his appearance and how he looks and things like that. Now he's caring about his appearance and doing things, so, you know, like, it causes you to see those similarities in those things, but then they complement you too. Right? So they really work with you. And sometimes they're literally just to trigger you to do all of the work that you need to do for yourself and all the change. Because for some, like, if they don't want to heal their trauma or their woundings, then sometimes you got to leave them behind. And you have to have those divinely guided separations, because that will cause them to do the work. Like, when I left him back in January, right? I left him for a month back in January, like, because he wouldn't stop drinking. And I was like, I don't be with drinkers. I grew up with mother that struggled with alcoholism, and a father too, you know, and, you know, it ruined our relationships as a child, right? And I was like, I couldn't even mend my relationship with my father until the very end, right? And because of my mother still struggling with her alcoholism, it caused me to miss my father's very last birthday. Because I didn't want to bring my new daughter around it. Because I never had my little girl around any yelling whatsoever. Nobody ever yelled around her. And I remember thinking, like, nobody's ever going to yell around her. Ever. And my mother would, you know, drink and yell at my father. So it caused me to miss this last birthday, right? So I really don't like alcohol. Because I know that my mother is a very lovely, beautiful soul when she's not drinking, but it's like the demons take over because there's so much trauma and pain, and then she gets sucked into covering up all of that pain instead of just healing, letting it go, right? It demonizes her. Because that's what spirits do. You're infusing with spirits when you drink. Yep. So, I mean, yeah, you're of high vibration. You can battle those out a little bit. You can disconnect from source a little bit. You're good. But not when you got trauma and pain. That's why don't drink when you have trauma and pain, things like that. Because then you just let demons get in there. And that's what you create them out of, too, your pain, right? So for some of you, like, yeah, your twins are literally meant to come in for you, for your growth, to heal you, whatever. But sometimes you got to separate. And then sometimes there can be healing, right? Just like he finally gave up drinking. Finally. We're coming up on 3 years, knowing each other 10 years, all right? And he knew I was walking away. I was done. And he betrayed me while being under the influence of alcohol. That. It was monitored. It was still blocked before the full betrayal. But it still felt just the same. The intent sometimes is just as much as the actual doing, right? Because especially when it's a twin, you think you were still going to do this? How could you do that? How could you do that to me? So for some of you, like, it's even the intent of the betrayal can really cause major changes, right? But anyway, still, for the first time ever, like, he's been alcohol free. Well, since then, 4 months. But he knows that he finally knows that 14:04 on the clock, as I say that if, you know, and to him it's just temporary. Like, I don't know what it's going to be like. Right? I don't know if he's ever fully going to be able to heal from the trauma, and he's going to go back to drinking again, and that's going to cause me to walk. But I can't be around drinking. Yeah, the world. But, so you see what I mean? Like, it's always choices. Things can always be changed. Like, right now, he's allowed around me. Divine's letting it because he's not letting demons around me by drinking. And he's not. But if he ever lets that devil come in and goes back to drinking, I'm walking. So, some twins, the pain's too much, right? And he gets into the efforts, you know. whenever things like before a bit of struggle, things like that. He'd hear the cops are here again while he was at work, so he'd get a drink on the way home. Like, I need to calm me down. Like, he finally realized, like, I can't do that. Like, she can't be around that. So the separation, when he felt the loss, that cost him, and then he got a job out here, working, cities away, all sorts of stuff to try to change things, try to show me so they can. Sometimes that would have never have happened if I wouldn't have ended things, walked away, whatever. So sometimes you need those divinely guided separations. So yeah, sometimes the twin can come back around, but that's what I mean. Like, you should never demonize your twin. That's what I don't like about when we reveal these things as readers, like, for you to see what's going on, right? Like, sometimes you need to know the betrayal or whatever that's going on, or the confirmation. But like I said, sometimes when you see third party betrayal, sometimes they didn't even fully go through it, but the intent was there. Sometimes the cheating is just the intent. Sometimes it's cyber too. It's just they were talking, flirting online with another girl, but they never hooked up with them. But it's still the betrayal. It feels the same. You know what I mean? So it comes off that way in the energy. But sometimes that can be a big determining factor for some. For some, you can get over that physical. Like, that's a hard thing for me. Like, if I think that somebody physically was in somebody else's sacred body, they took on their demons, their sexual energy. Now there's a soul tie between that person and another person. You ain't pulling me into that soul tie. Nope, because then now they're going to benefit off my energy. Like, no, that's not going to happen. So, alright, I hear my kids back, so I have to go. So anyway, for some of you, like, just a minute. Like, you need to know that that's a choice that you have to make. Things get revealed to you for a reason. Sometimes you gotta wait and see. Sometimes fate can change and very quick, depending on an action. It can be very quick. Sometimes you can be on course and then it goes sideways really fast, or sometimes they can course correct. But that's why you have to trust what you feel at that given time. If you feel that things are safe and you're where you're at, like, divine's guiding you. Listen to what you're feeling, because your spirit team will let you know if things are off. Don't get too caught up in the readings. Love and light to all of you. Bye, guys.